I was only joking.
Hey, welcome back. So, in the previous episode, when we last left off, the party had just arrived in Succumber after slaughtering a few goblins. Made their way inside after providing some fake names, and have entered the seven-stringed harp, in which they encountered Manus the Warforged, as Kepesk came to blows with him in trying to investigate his nature. Gave him a square one on the jaw with a 21 to hit, which did not, as there was a resounding clang. Manus attempted to clap back, failed, and Kepesk earned Manus's respect, but is certainly not on friendly terms immediately. We rejoin us now as we're sitting around one of the bar tables, as you know, there's a lot of attention immediately directed at Kepesk due to the small scene that was caused. As you saw, around his neck, you saw another one of these. It seems like a coin, with a more intricate design than the silver and seemingly copper or bronze one that you'd seen
I
earlier.
have a theory. Are they war medals?
You could find out.
Hey, what's that thing around your neck?
Hey, weirdo. What's that thing?
Hey, freak. What's going on? Tell me about your bling. So,
I got bling.
as we rejoin now,
off.
you're sitting around the bar stool. As you're kind of looking around, you hear this faint harp music coming from somewhere, and you become aware that the bar is kind of in an L shape as you kind of look into the large. As you take a look now, it's a pretty big bar actually. There's a lot of space, a lot of tables. You could fit, a pretty good amount of people. And off on one side of the room, illuminated by a few candles, is a harp that is simply floating in midair and appears to be playing itself.
How high in the air is it?
It's a few feet off the ground. It looks like somebody invisible could be playing it, but from your knowledge, it seems to just be playing itself as
I'm
the
gonna
gentle.
go up and poke it. Not on the strings, just like on the side.
Okay, as you
Could I cast Identify on it with that?
okay, as you all make your way across the bar, kind of pushing around past tables, as it's like 30 feet away. It's a pretty big bar.
Oh.
As you make your way across it, you see it's kind of on like a little stage that seems to have been kind of built around it. As you go up to approach it and kind of take a step up, the bartender like, "Hey, made enough trouble as it is."
No, let's set back down.
Thank you.
Can I go to the bar?
Can I get you all anything? Just put it in the glass.
Good stuff.
How good are we talking?
7 gold.
Milk.
Mother's milk.
Something that'll give you a kick, but not that much. What do you recommend?
Well, if you're asking me, we have this top shelf brandy, which has been up there for quite some time.
How much
For that, about 3 copper a shot.
Wait, you're underage. Is there drinking? Is there drinking laws in society?
Succumber.
Who are you asking?
The bartender.
The bartender. Okay, I had to know if you were asking God or the bartender.
Hey, Paler. Is he good?
If you can see over the bar, I'll serve him.
Can you see over the bar?
You cannot see over the bar.
Can you? Yeah, you can see over the bar.
I should have taken it large.
Argon kind of like
Oh.
trying to make himself look as tall as possible, as he's just barely taller than Simon. Kind of.
He's good. He
Can I like crane my neck?
you're like you
Stand on my
you
tiptoes.
can see the top
Can
of the
I
bar,
go behind Simon?
but that's
and
about
just...
it.
Doesn't count.
I'll pay.
It doesn't matter if you lift him.
Oh. What
I
does that guy
don't
drink?
Serve the miners.
The dwarf.
The dwarf?
Red-haired dwarf.
Just stout, ale,
What?
What about the
beer,
What about the
whatever
thing,
alcohol
the
you can
dude?
get on.
What about that guy?
Man, he doesn't drink.
Why?
I don't think he can.
What?
You said
The-
two.
He's not a living, breathing person like you and me. Or I assume, excuse me if I've made any assumptions, but he's... As he just death rolling.
Just hit me on the floor.
Like not even like attached.
Whenever I get offended, I just barrel roll violently. Excuse me,
this is-
aileron roll.
Thank you. This is just kind of cleaning it up. They don't need to eat, sleep, breathe, drink.
Does he buy anything?
I'm not gonna mess with him. I'm not gonna kick him out for not buying anything. You, on the other hand, I'd be happy to. Unless you want to buy something.
What do you got?
A lot to offer. Okay. Meal
Meat.
to start you. Meat, we have that.
What's the thickest piece of meat you got?
We've got some pretty prime steaks.
Do you have word?
Not in stock.
Can I
We have
remain check?
beef. Will that tickle your fancy?
Don't tickle me.
Sure. Alright. We'll get you a nice meal with some ale.
Do you serve tea?
We could brew some up.
That'd be nice.
I have some milk. That's really about all I can offer you.
Good enough.
How much will 2 silver pieces of the drink, the good stuff? How many shots? 2 silver pieces.
3 pounds.
How much is in a round?
1 shot for
Oh,
you.
well,
Argon.
I meant the dwarf guy. Between 2 people.
You're gonna have a drinking match?
Let's see. Has
Just
Orion
gonna
ever
disturb
drunk before?
this guy.
Like wine.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
wine can be
He wouldn't
pretty
know.
strong.
Yeah, that's fair.
Natural wine is like 100% alcohol.
Oh, well, it's pretty strong. Yeah, but
Moonshine.
I don't know that he'd have that, but
we'll find out.
it's not important.
Look, we'll keep him coming. How about that? We'll have you
2
pay
silver
him.
pieces.
Alright, slightly 2 silver.
And I'm gonna.
That'll start you off.
Okay, I'm gonna go over to the dwarf guy. And just
Okay.
kind of. Can I stand in his thing? He's at a high table, right?
Yeah, he's at a high table. He's just kind of sitting there, like slumped over himself. Like he's a real mess with a. It just like there's nothing left in his cup. He's just kind of like eating gross. He's just.
What do you want?
Howdy. I got you drinks with me.
Now we're talking. As he slides it aside.
I'm Norion.
No.
Norion.
York.
Conan the Barbarian.
Damn, no.
So what can Conan do for you today? As he
Seem
takes some of the...
like an interesting person, and I wanted to know your story. Just-
My story. Well, it's been a while since I've had anyone ask me that. Well, you see...
It all started the day I was born. It just morphs into Paris. and just
Yeah.
is Paris.
As you're taking a look at this guy, actually getting a look at him now, he's just got thick orange hair, like all throughout, like kind of long in the back, kind of combed back, like you could almost ponytail it. His left eye is seemingly not there. There's like a scar across it, and it's just like a milky white like eye.
Yeah.
It's not functional. And this spiked armor, it's very unique. It's kind of dirty. It's not the cleanest. He's got this huge axe sitting on his back. And just kind of looking, he's very scarred. You know, he's clearly seen a lot of action. He's missing 1 or 2 fingers. As you're just kind of taking a look at him.
Well, you see, me and a few of my friends were on a bit of a quest, you say, an adventure. We were looking for artifacts. Now, I'm not talking just plain magic items. And of course, you know, we want those too. But ancient relics of power that none such exist like it. No two
Did you-
are quite alike.
Succeed?
Partially.
As he holds up his fist, and you see these big gauntlets. And
Refrain
what?
from refrain.
As you
The
take a
whole
look at
bar
this,
disappears. It was all a
he
dream.
just vanishes. Only he disintegrates. As you take a look, there seems to be emblazoned on it.
Thanos bar.
Okay, we have to say Thanos bar. Just damn it. Anyway, as you can see, there's it's silver gauntlets with a golden face of an ogre on it.
These are the gauntlets of ogre power. With them, I have the strength of the ogres. It's
Damn.
quite something.
As he just and like smashes his knuckles together, and there's like this like resounding clap as they just as these like big meaty hands inside his big tough metal.
Slides another shot towards him.
Thank you.
And his breath is rank as he's just kind of sitting there.
But me and my friends, we searched for an axe, a great axe created. Not this axe here, but similar. A battle axe. This is a great axe, slightly different, but still the same concept. However, we searched for this item, this artifact.
Oh wait, I forgot to simulate his height.
This axe.
Oh, that actually puts it in perspective a
Yeah,
lot.
right. Let's see.
We were looking for an axe created by one of the oldest dwarves known in written history. It was forged during a time of conflict between dwarves, orcs, and ogres.
Can I make a Can I make a history check to be like, this guy? Well, because of the thing that
Well,
we know.
I'll finish describing
Oh.
really briefly, and then I'll let you make a history check.
This dwarf was the son of the king at the time, and this was
So
it's
the,
lost to memory. Some say it's older than time itself. Some say it was nigh 6,000 years ago. But none know of its exact location now. It was forged to unite the dwarven families against the threats.
He takes another shot. Wipes some snot across his face.
do I have like a handkerchief or something? Can I steal a handkerchief? No.
That's reasonable. He takes it.
You want this
You
back?
can keep it.
He tucks it in his
Thanks
shirt.
for telling me this story. I mean, it's all.
This axe had mighty power. Like, we're talking god tier. This could slaughter thousands of orcs easily, as long as the warrior who wielded it was competent. Me and my friends, see, we figured one of us would be that dwarf.
I got you.
We searched for days, mostly in the Underdark, fighting drow and illithid, various horrific aberrations. It's a nasty place, but the riches we saw, beyond your wildest dreams. And I'm a dwarf, you can take my word for it. I know riches. These were riches. We searched the Underdark for years.
Orion, who has no concept of money, is like,
And
Like at
based
least
on this,
3 copper.
I'm
I
thinking
don't-
like Dragon Horde tier.
this is something that's like so old that like there's really nothing that you could have come across in terms of like story or anybody telling this or in written form that you would have come across. So you've never heard it before.
But, so we searched for this axe. We decided we were thinking too big. We needed to narrow down our list to something a little bit more our size. We'd heard of another, not an artifact, but a great magic item, legendary. The Hammer of Thunderbolts. And what was it? The Belt of Dwarvenkind. We found the third piece, which was the Gauntlets of Ogre Power. One of 3.
Oh,
Not
so
so
like
bad.
combined
Precisely.
their
With
with
the gauntlets, the belt, and the hammer. One could not even lift the hammer without said items too.
But you've got the gloves, gauntlets. That's a
We do.
start. It's pretty good. It's
Yeah,
farther than I
but-
could have ever gotten.
I'll get to it. Long story short, none of them made it out of the Underdark. I was the only one left. So I drink my sorrows away like any good dwarf should. And someday perhaps I'll go back. I'll face those damned illithid that took my friends' lives. And I'll show them a thing or two and die in the blaze of glory. Or take them all out, whichever comes first. But until then, I still seek the belt and the hammer, and with it I think I could find the axe someday. But, alas, I am getting a little on in years. Perhaps my adventuring days are behind me.
Nah, I mean,
I've already lost a lot.
As he kind of shows you some of his missing fingers and points to his eye.
I could
I think
help
I
you.
will go out with a weapon in my hands, but I'll do it on my terms. Someday.
Should I be concerned?
Who are you asking?
Just kind of should I be?
Should
Wait,
we concern?
like, does he mean like go out?
Make an
like,
insight check.
uh, 14.
This is like the dwarfiest dwarf to ever dwarf. He wants to go out in the blaze of glory. He is an honorable and just glory seeking dwarf.
I'm gonna like motion to the bartender.
He takes another shot.
Because the bartender is gonna keep coming. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm
He
just gonna
brings
say
another
like,
couple rounds.
do it for the rest of the night.
But listen, I appreciate it. What was your name again?
Noro.
Noro.
It's an Irish name.
Can you do something for me, Noro?
It's a huge sheery name.
Hey.
Yes, I can.
Hershey.
Yes.
Hershey Norio. You're a good man. Listen, should I not survive the next few years, if you ever happen to cross my path again, I want you to promise me, at least try, or spread the word of the axe and of the hammer and the belt, and whoever you deem is worthy to wield these. The gauntlets. These gauntlets.
Yeah. Get it. I see.
It's not like I have anything else to do. I mean, hell, I could give them to you now.
They would be in good hands. I didn't actually mean to do that, but
Really? Well, why don't we put it to a wager? Let's put it to the test.
okay. How? What?
Find someone to beat me in an arm wrestle. I'll give them the gauntlets for free. I'll tell you what.
Okay. Okay.
Do you
Give
wanna
them.
try?
Sure.
Alright.
Can I take a shot before I do this?
Sure. As you make a Constitution check.
18.
18. It's really strong. It kind of burns. It's not a sensation you've ever experienced. As you've taken some alcohol and you're pretty hardy, but still, this is really strong. It is tense. This fire seems to ignite your esophagus as you're just kind of. It's really strong. Pretty good though. All right, as he sets his
Literally plus 0 to
Colossal.
strength.
colossal meaty arm,
Does he
clasps
still
around
have the gauntlets on?
on
Yeah.
3.
Okay.
3.
Oh.
Go ahead and make a strength check.
What is it?
What'd you roll?
10.
10. You rolled a natural 20.
Orion ties.
Normally, you get some struggle. You get like a halfway there on either side or something like that. He annihilates you. You are just. You think you may have maybe broken something, and partially the table cracks underneath the force of the just as your hand impacts. As it just. It was a good one. Nice try.
I will find
Kepesk rushes over.
You haven't heard any of this.
I haven't heard any of it?
No.
Like, you're
I'm-
not even
I'm
a
away,
bang?
Well, you've seen him like kind of talk to him, and you're still at the bar, and having seen all this, he clearly.
I don't want to give Kepesk these gauntlets.
No, I specifically
I'm
meant
just
because of the bang. I didn't mean like...
But you eventually
Do you have
see
strength magic?
the arms lock, and you see you do hear the loud bang as the arm wrestle comes to a close.
I'm just concerned.
Okay. What do you do? Well, you do hear the bang.
Yeah, well, I'm like hand on hilt, like ready to go.
Okay, as you rush up.
Oh, easy, big fella. Me and the gentleman here was just having a little wager. A bet for me gauntlets. But, better luck
Eventually.
next time.
I'll bulk up, don't worry.
I'm sure you
Take
will.
another shot.
Okay. Make another Constitution check.
Ooh, 4.
4. This one hits you really hard as you like choke on it. You're gonna be like coughing for the next few minutes.
Okay.
As you're beginning to feel a little tipsy.
Okay.
Like you're getting there. You're like,
This isn't good.
This is new.
Yeah.
All right. But anyway,
I'm
spread
gonna
the
go
word
over
of
to
Conan the Barbarian.
Got you.
Bless you.
I'm gonna go back to
May
eating.
Moradin guide your path.
Bitch. Hey, well.
That
And another
means-
ale.
That means a lot.
As he clunks his thing back down and like, puts his head back down.
Wait, can I like tell? Well, Advil doesn't exist.
No, it does not.
Can I tell the bartender like treat him well? I'm sure you probably would, but
Of course, I'll keep an eye on him and get him another ale.
slide him like 4 or 5 copper.
I got it. And
We
he
got
takes
like going in for a fist bump.
he takes it. Alright. So, what would you like to do?
Did I eat? I assume.
Yeah, you've
Okay.
enjoyed a nice
Order.
meal of some
Been
pretty
waiting.
good hearty meats. It's nice and cooked. It's unusual for you as you're usually expecting, a little bit more
Raw.
red meat in
Yeah.
the center, but it's cooked pretty thoroughly. As you do cook food, but not quite as much. It's still pretty good. It's chewy.
It's not
tasty.
goblin head,
It's
but
not
it's pretty
goblin head.
okay.
It does get the taste out. You get a little pieces of ear stuck in the back of your throat. It's nice.
Damn it.
And that'll run you about 3 copper. All right, so. Let's do anything else.
Is there any sign of Mr. Porter?
Make an investigation check.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's why we came here.
Yeah, it is.
That went a little off track.
What was his name
Nine.
again? Wait, I forgot.
And that's
I'm proficient. So.
by the way, that's Cornan. Cornan the Barbarian.
12.
12. No, I had to.
I know.
Taking a look around, you ask a few people who just and give you a general direction as you eventually make your way to a silver-haired man whose hair is kind of pulled back.
It's just
ponytail.
Cornan. It's Cornan Potter.
Can I just make like a
Yeah.
thing? I intentionally wrote thick orange hair with 2 C's.
Great.
But continue.
Very good. As you eventually find this man, he's wearing kind of it was nice clothes once, but it's kind of stained now. As he's just kind of sitting there, enjoying a glass of perhaps wine or something.
Hello, sir. I was told you could help me with some mail.
Oh, perhaps I can. What can I do for you?
Well, I'm just looking to mail a letter. I'm new here. I'm not really sure where I could post it.
I see. Where to?
Long Saddle.
I actually happen to be going there in a few days. Take about, let's see. Well, will you be looking for any replies?
Yes.
Well, let's see. Travel time, bandits, about 4 gold.
Okay.
Alright.
I hand him the gold.
And who will I be delivering this to?
Delmas Fabrum.
Understood. Thank you very much. And he takes the letter. And you, anybody want to do anything else, or are you just enjoying your drinks for the morning?
I'm gonna.
Drink my milk.
Okay. It's pretty good, actually.
Cool.
Surprisingly.
I want to go over to that harp, see if I can discern how it's doing that.
Okay. From a distance, just go ahead and make an Arcana check.
So 3 plus 10.
10. Okay. You've seen animated objects before. However, in this kind of setting, it's unusual because it seems to be whatever it is a very powerful magic that just seems to be kind of continuously playing this.
It's the artifact.
There it is, the axe. Oh my god! Which is in
Can I
the
ask
basement
the
of the
bartender about it?
Yeah, as you head over. Oh, the harp. Yes, that was what this place was named after. Actually, the 7-stringed harp was enchanted by a certain. Let me check my note. Yes, that was placed there by one Amelior Amantis. He currently is residing in this town. A very powerful mage, but not a whole lot of people have really talked to him much. He's a bit of a shut-in. Real bookworm type. if
What's
you know what I
wrong
mean.
with shut-ins? You're not there.
You're also not really a shut-in, are you?
From across the bar.
Astral projecting. Well, he just kind of placed it there and built the tavern up, made it more popular. We named it the 7-stringed harp.
Interesting. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Any more milk for you?
I'm alright.
So, as you enjoy your drinks and what remains of your food, picking over what remains, anybody want to do anything
I'm
else?
gonna leave.
You'll head out.
Okay.
What are we gonna do? Oh no, I'm gonna go up to the bartender and show him my half-eaten goblin ear. It's like, who do I give this to?
Yeah, that's a bit unsightly, mate. We'll talk to the head of the Lord Adventurers Guild, and I'm sure they'll be able to hook you up with a fair price for that.
Where's that?
Oh, it's not hard to spot.
Okay.
It's the nice building.
Okay.
Good luck.
I'm gonna head
He
out.
used to clean the
I'm
same-
gonna give him a really hearty thumbs up.
Okay.
Just
You got it specifically every time. Yeah. All right.
I really loved before the transition from the fist bump into.
Yeah, that's good. As Kepesk Terminator thumbs up him.
And I'm gonna, as we're walking, I'm just gonna immediately walk out, but I'm gonna
Okay,
give
who's wrong?
Menace a real hearty.
Manus.
Manus?
Manus.
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 Oh,
Man.
Manus.
Manus. Thanos.
Thanos car gets a real good thumbs up from me.
Damn it! If I had named him Thanos, that would be great. Anyway, as he just kind of stares at you, just head swivel, as if literally on a swivel. His head follows you as you exit the bar. You walk out. He continues reading whatever book it was that he was reading.
Damn. None of us worked.
Wait, I mean, you could in passing.
I want to know what book it was.
Okay, make a perception check.
18.
quantum
19?
physics.
Taking a look at it, you see it's in an older version of Draconic. It seems to be written in kind of an ancient language, but it seems to be something to do with goblinoids. That's kind of the best you can tell. It's some sort of study book. As you do
Goblinos.
actually see, he's got a leather strap going around, and you can see down at his hip strings of goblin ears that are
he's
just
got rich.
around his like waist area. As you head out, he kind of meets your gaze, and you exit the bar and goes back to what he's doing. So if you are looking for the Lord's Adventurers Guild, go ahead and make an investigation check. If anyone wants to assist, you can roll separately or help him, and then he can roll with advantage. 11? 4?
Oh, I'm supposed to be adding 7. 12.
12. Okay.
18.
18. By your powers combined, you eventually come upon a fairly nice looking building that seems to be recently erected. It has more of these, the gentleman with the plate armor, the like half plate armor, and the spears with the red and the emblazoned crown on the front. There seem to be more of them in this area. Well, Simon, you would know this. You having grown up in Long Saddle, you are familiar with the Lord's Alliance and the soldiers and troops of the Lord's Alliance. As Long Saddle was, it's not necessarily controlled by, but it is a pillar, a central part of it. As you gather, Succumber is that way as well as you know. There's likely an outpost here of the
Lords.
soldiers of the Lord's Alliance. You also gather that that's what the Adventurers Guild is perhaps named after. As you eventually make your way to this building that has this, you see a large notice board outside with several postings, pieces of paper kind of tacked up. One that's in like a picture frame with like glass over it is just kind of placed up in the top left corner, where it's just very obvious. And there are a few other postings around this. It is a very obvious and intentionally placed notice board outside.
I'm gonna check it.
And check it. Okay.
Check it as well.
I see no point in pieces of paper on a wall.
As you continue on, the very do you want to read them all?
Yeah.
Okay. As you look at the first one, you see at the top is kind of like engraved venture board. The one in the frame, it's at the top. It says High Venture, and it's very fancy handwriting. Greetings, intrepid adventurers of the Lord's Alliance. Treasure and fame await ye. A servant of Baal, the murder god, has recently released an eldritch monstrosity upon Baldur's Gate. The beast slew several before being driven off into the nearby fields, where it has begun terrorizing farms and travelers. Eradicate the beast and return to any guild outpost with proof post haste. Reward pending. Archduke Arganador Meltower of the Lord's Alliance in Waterdeep.
Gee, guys, I bet we could go do that one now, right?
What's an Eldridge monster?
You're asking in character or out?
No, out character. I have
As-
no idea what that is.
As Argon is just kind of like, I think it's a disease or something.
Sounds.
Can Simon explain even though I can't?
Sure. As you explain it,
Okay.
it is some sort of terrifying, horrible, evil beast of
Literally,
Just
someone
horrifying
called a murder god.
Think
Oh, yeah.
think Lovecraftian.
yeah.
Okay. It's just Leviticus.
Baal, the murder god, was released this entity.
Great. Let's
Um,
take it on. Let's do it. 10 out of
Level
Um,
3.
10.
let's see.
2 silver.
Let's see. You also see that is the pretty one. There is another one. Damn. It's somewhere. It's somewhere.
You can do it.
Okay, mysteriously missing a couple. But of the rest of them, you see lost child. Dear adventurers, our beloved daughter Isabel has gone missing and has been gone almost a week now. She was taken from her cradle by night, and whoever can recover her, please see Kathleen or Joseph Harper for more information. 100 gold reward. Immediately next to that one, that one is a little bit like, it's clearly been there a while. It's a little bit ragged. The next one is good folk. Recently, my prized heifer was taken from my fields during the night by what looked to be 2 decrepit women. The problem is they only took the front half of the cow. Find the old coots and make them pay 45 gold reward. And the last one in this kind of nice, like, quality piece of parchment paper. While on patrol with a small garrison, my favorite horse was snatched by a griffin. Bring me the beast's head. 65 gold reward. Brigadier Mannings of the Lord's Alliance. There are a few other postings which are mysteriously not in my notes at the moment. Let me take a quick look here.
Yeah.
No, I guess that's all of them.
Well, I'm
Okay.
gonna.
There's a couple other ones.
What's the names on the baggy one?
The
With the child.
Kathleen and
Kathleen and
Joseph Harper. Level 3. Let's go take on the murder god.
Yeah.
I like
I'm
Eldritch
gonna
monstrosities.
ask around.
Can you imagine the rep we get though?
Ain't right.
All right, we're good. All right. That's what you see on the venture board.
I'm gonna start asking around for Kathy,
Wait,
or rather
should we go
Kathleen.
inside first? Right?
Oh yeah, we have thing.
All right, but imagine the rep we get from taking down the murder god, right? It's cool.
I mean,
good
you're
idea.
not
I think
wrong.
maybe we should wait.
I have a feeling my
Why?
hit points are a little low.
You guys can go
Nice.
right ahead.
Anyway. So you suddenly develop some nosebleed just for no apparent reason.
What's a hit point? It's every time I hit you.
All right. As you eventually attempt to make your way inside, there's a lot of glass to this building. It's it's one of the obviously more high end buildings. As you make your way inside, you see this big half-orc gentleman who's just kind of writing something on a small piece of paper with these like tiny little spectacles on his nose. As he just kind of like, so, can I help you?
Adventure.
You're not.
What?
You're not adventurers.
I'm
Where are your
not.
tags?
What?
Oh, we're not from around
Right.
here. We're new in town.
You're looking to register.
Yes, if we
Wonderful.
I'm
Well.
Hershey Norio.
All right. As he immediately perks up at this, as he kind of takes a look at you.
Well, it's wonderful to see new faces around here. But if you're looking to
join Lord's Adventurers Guild, let me just tell you, you're... As I was saying, anyway, the Adventurers Guild, you'd be accessing quite a large array of quests, such as those outside ventures, rather, as you're supposed to put them now. I used to be one myself. Thunk, and he puts up on his desk a wooden peg leg. I took a ballista bolt in the general need vicinity. Sort of did me in, but my adventuring days are over.
That's unfortunate.
So I push pencils now. But
Push.
my story is no matter. Yours is the one that will be told around bars for centuries. And that's the line that they just gave us to.
Okay.
Was that convincing?
Oh yeah.
You want to join?
You should
right?
tell it to
Right.
You should tell it to the dude. A lot of people in the bar. They'll get you.
What?
If you ever just want to go in there and be like, yo,
Which one? There's two.
the harps, the seven string
Seven-string
harp.
Is that I'm more of a fan of the singing sprite myself, but my drinking tastes are no matter. I've been there a few times anyway, but
Anyways, yeah.
We have ears.
goblin ears are wonderful. Well, that
Those
is
two.
that was one of the notices that has mysteriously disappeared from my notes. I don't know why that happened, but it was kind of up there next to the
I see.
the high venture, which was essentially just said that the Succumber is offering thus and such amount. Present them forward, and I will appraise them and determine your reward.
I'm gonna,
Set mine on the counter.
as do I.
Wrap them up in a little cloth.
All right. Very good. 60 gold is in order. As he goes to a small chest and opens it, begins counting it out.
Wait. Didn't we have 10 goblin ears?
Yeah, he did. 10 years. Fairly good condition. 60 gold.
Alright.
Split that however you like. Now, if you're looking to join, there are a few prerequisites, of course. First of all, this isn't a required test, but you there. Punch my hand.
I'm gonna punch his hand.
Okay, make a strength check.
Are you sure?
13.
Alright, there's a pretty solid impact. Alright. That was just to see if I think you're actually going to survive this. Well, of course, there is a small entry fee, 5 gold apiece. But, of course, you have access to quests outside, which otherwise you would not have any access to. We also need your signature, if you're alright with that. What are your names?
Hershey Norio.
Yoshinorio,
Simon.
Simon?
Yes.
Just Simon.
Just Simon.
Just Simon?
Kepesk.
Just Simon? Kepesk? Just Kepesk.
Yeah.
They're weird.
Alright, just Kepesk. Just Kepesk and just Simon. That's alright.
Well, no, it's Kepesk, not
Kepesk.
just Kepesk.
Just Kepesk by itself.
Yeah.
Alright. And, Argan, Adriac Venmore. Pleasure. And, he, alright, well, for the 4 of you, let me just, get in the back. And he, does a funk, 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 as his heavy boot. He's a big, tall guy. As
He's a
his
half orc,
boot,
right?
Yeah,
half, or half ogre.
half orc, as his boot is clunking along with his peg leg. Alright. As he eventually returns with several copies of the contract. And it begins handing out.
It's an actual contract.
And hand that to
Are you
Simon.
serious?
That's for Kepesk. And that's for you.
What?
Wait. What? Oh.
Just checking.
And I have one blank copy.
Okay.
Now we'll just need you to sign that. Put your names down at the bottom. I'll take that. You can read it if you like. It's not really important. If you do want to read them,
So it's not.
Read them out loud just so that it's on recording. Whoever wants to read that.
I got you. I can read it.
All right, go ahead.
Just everything.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry if I messed this up.
That's okay. I
I
can read it out if you want me to, because I typed it out. How do you feel about it?
It's up to you.
I think you should.
Okay. Oh, well, thank you, David. That was quick. Okay. You can write. Right. Wonderful.
Can you show them? Show them my signature though. It's great. I signed it real
I figured
good.
it'd be like way bigger. The S is backwards. It's just you should have written it with your left hand.
Oh
Right,
god,
thanks.
then it wouldn't be legible.
Alright,
I guess that's-
I have to go through the spiel. Let me just, if you're gonna be thorough, then I may as well read it to you. Here we go. Adjusts his spectacles. Welcome, new and seasoned adventurers alike, to your path to fame and riches. By signing up for the Adventurers Guild under the Lord's Alliance, you will be siding yourself with the most powerful and prestigious confederation. That's a little smudge. Known throughout the Sword Coast and beyond. In joining the mighty code. Excuse me. I did much to drink.
You can read it normally.
Is hang on, let me get some water. He takes a sip. Oh, that's better. In joining this mighty coalition, you will receive the benefits deserving of an agent of the Lord's Alliance and of one who wishes to make Faerun a better place. Along with the title of Lord's Adventurer and Guild member, you will receive an adventurer rank plate and access to contracts from ordinary citizens through the Adventurers Guild and from the members of the High Council and even the Lord's Alliance itself. One may register as an individual, as a party, or as individuals forming a temporary party. These conditions may be edited at any time. By agreeing to this contract, you must accept every condition given and ratify the document. 1. All willing beings who sign a contract are entitled to one equal share of the contract's stated reward, unless a majority vote of the party decides before undertaking the mission on a different percentage split to certain party members, with all party members being of one accord and giving signature consent. All members taking part in the contract must be present at the contract signature to take an equal share. 2. The party may, by majority vote, allow an outside individual or individuals to receive an equal share of the contract reward, if said individual provided some form of information or aid that was critical and necessary to the completion of the contract. If a party member fails to assist the group in a way that is helpful and of equal risk and effort to other party members, the party may, by majority vote, the party may, by majority vote, agree to withhold said party member's share of the rewards, or half. If there is contention to this condition, each party member will be separately subjected to truth-revealing magic. After completion of any contract, the party must return to the place of the contract signing at their earliest possible convenience to confirm completion and receive the agreed-upon rewards. Any party members not present at the confirmation of completion of a contract automatically forfeit an equal share of the rewards. Party members unable to be present at due to extenuating circumstances or unforeseen dangers or other conditions are, if a reasonable and satisfactory reason can be given by other party members, given 30 days in which to return to the guild at their earliest possible convenience. Any party members killed or permanently incapacitated will have their share, as well as body, or what remains of one, and effects given to said party members next of kin.
That's nice.
If the deceased party member does not have a next of kin, the guild will retain the share, body, and effects of said party member, unless that party member had, prior to the signature of the contract, stated another party member to be the recipient of said shares, body, and effects. In the event of the death of a party member, remaining members are obligated to return the body to the guild as proof of death. If the party fails to present the body, truth-revealing magic can and will be used to divine the circumstances of the situation, and the head of the guild outpost will determine the outcome. Most contracts will end with a short debriefing at the end of the guild outpost, and all party members questioned will be subjected to truth-bearing magic. Turn with me to page 2. Well, do you want your copy and I'll read them? Okay. I figured. You can stop me at any time, by the way. 4. Failure to complete any aspect of a given contract will result in a black mark on each party member's record. Failure to confirm a contract that has been completed will result in a black mark on each party member's record, as well as a reduction of the final reward. Failure to properly participate in any given contract as compared to other party members will result in a black mark on the party member in question, as well as a reduction to that party member's share, and that share will be redistributed to the rest of the party. Killing, wounding, or attacking another party member or an innocent civilian without provocation will result in a black mark on the offending party's member's record, as well as that member's reward being reduced, and legal action will be pursued. Party members separated from the rest of the members of the group as stated in Clause 3 who fail to return within the given 30 days will have a portion of their reward withheld, as well as a black mark on the offending party member's record,
I
unless
say
a
it's-
reasonable and satisfied way.
It's pretty clear.
It's pretty clear.
It's pretty clear.
You understand? You want to stop me?
Sure.
Oh.
No, well, I would like to know all of the terms of this before I
Can
sign
you
it.
read?
Please continue.
There. As Kepesk and Argon are both bored out of their skulls, they're like, kill
I've
me.
laid down.
They're basically like, kill me now.
It's a bit of slog, you know, legal documents and whatnot. That was my water.
Let's see. Within the given 30 days, will receive a portion. Will have a portion of their reward withheld, as well as a black mark on the offending party member's record, unless a reasonable and satisfying reason why can be presented to the guild. Black marks on a party member's record can be expunged by successful completion of other contracts, but more than 7 black marks on any given member's record can result in expulsion from the guild. Such expelled members are blacklisted and may not rejoin unless a sufficient and satisfying argument can be presented to the head of the guild outpost. Rejoined members of the guild will be put in extended probationary period, during which time any offense is grounds for immediate expulsion, from which there is no return. Clause 5. Should no party members survive a given contract and are therefore unable to confirm failure to complete said contract, a small search party will be sent out to recover the remains of the party members, and the effects will be returned to each party member's next of kin. If it is discovered that the deceased party had in fact successfully completed their contract, the full reward will be given to each party member's next of kin. If no next of kin exists, the guild will claim responsibility for the effects and reward, unless specified otherwise by any individuals before the contract was signed. 6.
If you want to stop reading, I thought it should be on recording, which is why I said keep reading, but I can just read the rest on my own if that's what everybody wants.
No, I'll keep going. If that's what you want.
Alright.
6. Completion of enough contracts of a reasonable difficulty as determined by the head of the guild outpost will result in an increase in the party or individual in question adventurer rank and the receiving of a new adventurer plate, at which time each receiving individual must surrender the previous adventurer rank plate to the guild. And now these are over.
What'll cause that? How do we do that again? I wasn't listening.
Whenever you complete enough contracts, you'll level up in the guild, as some may say, and as soon as everyone will sign, I'll give you these.
And he gestures over to a wall. It looks like a coat rack, from which each one is hanging several plates that you kind of gather are what people were wearing around town. Taking a look at these, you can see that each one is labeled with a sign. Just sign.
Hershey Noria II.
Alright.
Oh,
It's written in order. It starts with lead, copper, iridium, silver, palladium. Wait, no. Iridium. No, wait. Sorry again. Oh. Lead, copper, indium, silver, palladium, iridium, gold, adamantine, mithril, platinum, infinitum. And each one has a progressively more complex and interesting symbol. Pictured here, I will put the image on the screen.
Does anyone even have an infinitum?
Well, as you can see, and taking a look, there's like 10 or 12 of the leads and the coppers and a few of the lower ones, and there's less and less as they go on, and there is not one. There you don't see the symbol for one hanging for infinitum, the very
It's
last
probably too expensive.
It's not likely that any of those would be traveling around to Secumba, exactly. They're mostly up in Waterdeep. there even are any up there. I'm not sure. But
I also have a specification for which my possessions will be given to.
yes.
A man named Cliff Loader lives up in the High Forest.
In the high. Alright, he makes a note of that. Then kind of jots it down. And then like attaches it to the contract.
And anyone else, do you wish to have your effects given to other party members or
That one.
that one? All right.
Yeah.
And,
You
anyone else?
8-year-old.
8.
I guess to my parents in Longsaddle.
Yes, long saddle. And they are.
Autumn, Cindergrace, just to my mother.
Right.
He jots that down.
Anyway, now we'll continue. Join with me in clause 6.
Do we have to?
I already read up to clause 8, so you can stop if you want.
Clause 7.
Okay.
On exceptionally rare occasion, a member of the Lord's Alliance may call for a mandatory contract for high-ranking adventures of the guild to be completed immediately. Such a contract is known as a high charge and cannot be declined. Declining a high charge will result in expulsion from the guild, fines, and imprisonment depending on the circumstances. Almost no extenuating circumstances exist that are compelling enough to free one from the contract of a high charge.
Hey, we want you to kill this. If you value your life too bad.
Clause 8. On semi-frequent occasion, the Lord's Alliance or the High Council may issue a high-level contract known as a high venture. Said contracts act as a normal contract, with the exception of any high venture is often observed through use of informants or scrying, and the rewards of any high venture is given to the party directly from the Lord's Alliance or the High Council, and may involve property ownership and titles. Finally, by signing this contract, I, the undersigned, agree and consent with all conditions of the contract and understand that failure to accept any of these conditions are grounds for immediate termination of this contract in entry into the guild.
With that being said, if you'll take your contracts now, if you've signed them.
Kepesk didn't want to and didn't leave.
Alright.
Kindly.
I can't.
Please
I want to
take
see
it.
the signature.
Just signed it.
Very well. And he takes. I'm not going to sign for Aragon because
He doesn't exist.
I've got one blank copy of the contract left just in case.
Alright, and with that, welcome to the lead-based adventurers, also known as Scum Tier.
There you are. And he hands you out the lead things.
With that, you are able to, at any point, gather any of the quests outside on the venture board, bring them in to me. I will write you all down as being assigned to that quest. You will keep the paper, and when you return with proof of completion, you will receive the reward. That being said, are there any you are interested at the moment?
The missing child.
Yeah,
Missing child.
that one.
Alright.
The Griffin.
The Griffin.
I would say let them decide. It's fine.
It's a no on the murder god.
Not yet.
For now.
Argy's like,
Well, actually, it's kind of intriguing. Like, do you know any more about this? Let's just say that if you showed up, scum tier and all that, you'd be laughed out of the city. That's fair.
What if we just showed up without anything on?
Well, then you'd be laughed out of the city and maybe hanged. I don't know.
Not like no clothes, but like
Well,
we are an adventurer, aren't
Then you'll be
adventurers.
in Baldur's Gate, and that will be it, really.
I'm saying going undercover.
Why would you want to?
So then we could do it
Is there
and
any
then
more
be like,
information
hot.
about this missing child we could get?
Well, I'm sorry, I'm a little stuck on this one. If you did, nobody would know you were a Lord's Adventurer.
You would.
But he's not there.
So we would come back, get the rewards, and then reveal that
There's no need to hide, though.
you said we'd be laughed at.
If you were scum here, well, if you attempted it, then you would be dead. You would dead. straight up, you wouldn't survive.
Straight
That's
up.
palladium
Gang,
level.
fam.
That's pretty high tier. Anyway,
So the griffin
the
and
griffin,
child.
the
Nice.
griffin and the child. All right, I'll mark you down for those, and feel free to investigate however you wish. Most papers have contact information on the back.
Flip over. Oh no, I didn't bring it.
Well, with that, I wish you luck. I thank you for joining the Mighty Lords Adventurers Guild. And feel free to stop by any guild outpost at any time.
Do you have t-shirts? Tunics?
Yeah, actually, yes.
What?
Those are 5 gold, if you're interested.
Oh, that's okay.
I'll come back.
But we can subtract a number of the reward and simply include that, if you wish.
So I get a t-shirt and money?
And here's your 60 gold to distribute that as you like. Because that, technically, you wouldn't even. Technically, you shouldn't even have received the reward as you weren't a part of the Adventurers Guild when you delivered the ears. But I'm willing to overlook that as it's a decent number of ears. The goblins are it's an issue. Thank you for dealing with that. But of course, from here on out, I wasn't the one who took the money, alright? Thanks. Well, that's it. Please be on your way.
I'm gonna leave.
Farewell, adventurers.
Goodbye, pen pusher. Pencil pusher.
Thanks. Farewell.
As you head back up. His voice got gravelier the entire time of that section.
I've been smoking for 40 years. And with that, what do we call him?
Thanos bar.
Hope you enjoyed the extended.
No, I'm
period,
sorry. Terms and conditions.
Terms and
Terms and
conditions.
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
No, we've updated our privacy policy.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us this episode. We will see you in the next one. Farewell.